Hello everyone, welcome back. We're journeying down the Anduin once again. I've kept my deck as it was before. I felt it was showing good promise in the last game, if we lose again it may merit some tweaks, but I'd like to see how it does just with different hands of cards and different pulls from the encounter deck as well. Alright, so without further ado, let's get things started. Journey down the Anduin. Having survived the dangers of Mirkwood Forest, the heroes continue their journey along the banks of the Anduin River toward Lorien, with dire news of a gathering threat in southern Mirkwood. The river. Actually, should be drawing the starting hand first. 6 cards. Okay. Okay, this is a decent starting hand. We're going to keep it. Got Landreval, got a Scout from Edoras for the questing. Born Aloft, Unexpected Courage, Faint, and Descendant of Thorondor. Starting threat is 29. To the river. Emerging from Mirkwood Forest with an urgent message for Lady Galadriel, you must now make your way south along the Anduin River in order to reach the Forest of Lorien. As you leave the forest behind, you notice that you are being pursued, and thus quicken your pace. Ooh, we've got Chieftain Ufthar, getting +2 attack for each resource on him, and gaining a resource whenever he makes an attack. Engagement of 35. 6 health, 2. As you approach the location of a small raft stashed on the riverbank, a fearsome hill troll emerges from behind a grouping of rocks and attacks. When revealed, search for a hill troll. They usually seem to be at the bottom. Let's start there. And sure enough, got one there. Got the hill troll, and I'm sure everyone will recognize him at this point. Alright, resource phase of turn 1. Take a resource for everyone. 1 card. Another Descendant of Thorondor. There's nothing we can play this turn. So we'll proceed to the questing phase. Just with Eowyn here. We can discard if we need to. 1 card. And it's Misty Mountain Goblins. They've got 2 threat. There's 5 in the staging area. We have 4. We need to discard a card to make sure that dial doesn't tick up and see the hill troll engage with us. Because there's nothing that Born Aloft will be useful on in the hand, it's going to be Born Aloft. Into the discard pile, Aowen's willpower goes to 5. And we're good. Engagement. We do get the Misty Mountain Goblins. I'm also potentially going to optionally engage Chieftain Uthar here to clear him from the staging area. But no, I don't have a way to kill him this turn. So it's going to be better to leave him in the staging area for now, unfortunately. Okay. Shadow card. Boromir will defend. No shadow effect. Nice to see a Necromancer's Pass go. It's an attack of 2. It attacks and removes a progress token from the quest. There are none on the quest. Boromir defends at 2. We'll then go to my part of the conflict for the combat phase. So I am able to ready Boromir here after he's defended. I will then attack with Boromir and Legolas. There's 6 attack, defense of 1. Misty Mountain Goblin only has 3 health, so that eliminates that. We'll then net 2 progress tokens on the current quest from Legolas. Should have ticked the dial up 1 from readying Boromir. It's at 30 now. And we'll go into the refresh phase. Refresh everyone. And the dial goes up to 31. Alright, another resource phase here. Resource for all our heroes. And a card as well from the top of the deck. That's a nice card to see in this quest. Okay. Four resources to play with here. The Hill Troll is going to engage with us this turn. And I think we're going to want to use the Feint on it. So no spending of Tactics resources because the lowest Tactics card is a 4. We can play an Escort from Edoras here. Yeah, I think that's the play we want to make. So we'll spend our spirit resources for that. And we'll proceed to the questing phase. They'll both quest. We're questing at 8. There's 3 in the staging area right now. And we've pulled that nasty warg that has tormented us over the first run through of this scenario. 5 threat in the staging area. We were questing with 8 willpower. So we get 3 progress onto the quest. Onto engagement. Both of these engage us. We enter combat. Shadow cards are dealt to the enemies. We now play the feint on the hill troll. Ensuring it doesn't attack. The warg attacks with an attack of 3. We'll defend that with Boromir. Oh, it's a Gladden Fields. It caused us problems in the last game, but there's no shadow text on it. So the warg attacks at 3. Boromir was defending at 2. He takes 1 damage off that. There's no shadow text, so this bounces the warg back to the staging area. Since the warg enters the staging area, that card is gone. We'll now take an action, raise our threat to 32. Ready Boromir, and both he and Legolas will attack the hill troll, getting 3 damage onto it. And that, the escort from Madaras should be gone because we resolved the quest it was committed to. It should be under the feint in the discard pile. There we go. Okay, that ends the combat. Removing this shadow card. It's an enchanted stream. And we'll now enter the refresh phase. Dial goes up to 32, or 33 rather, it's at 32. And we'll resource on everyone. Card. Test of Will could be useful here. Okay. Planning phase. Whatever ally we play here is getting killed by the hill troll, so it makes sense to descend into Thorondor. It has entered play. And the warg is going to be a problem for us, as we've seen in previous games, especially given the composition of the encounter deck, which I didn't initially appreciate, but there's actually a limited number of shadow cards in here. So we need to eliminate that through our direct damage cards, and this is one of those. Okay. Onto questing. Obviously Eowyn. The Descendant of Thorondor needs to defend the hill troll attack. Boromir probably needs to defend the warg attack. And Legolas we want around to get another attack with Boromir onto the hill troll. So it's just going to be Eowyn. So there's 4 threat in the staging area. Eowyn is questing at 4. And we pulled the brown lands. That's a really nasty pull. So that's going to increase our threat by 5. To reduce just that massive surge of threat, we're going to discard Unexpected Courage, boost Eowyn's willpower to 5. That sees us losing 9 to 5, so we increase our threat by 4 to 37 from 33. This is now going to allow a lot of those nasty effects to go off on us. But there's really nothing we could have done about that. Travel phase, we're going to travel to the Brown Lands. And there's a forest. After players travel to the brown lands, place 1 progress token on it. So that gets rid of the brown lands, but it was quite a nasty pull nevertheless. Okay. On to encounter. A warg engages with us. And so does Chieftain Uthak, who I wasn't prepared for. Boromir may have to defend all of these if he's able to. Yes. Okay, well, shadow cards to everyone. And I resolve these in the order of my choice. It makes sense to go with the warg first to ensure I can kill it with the Descendant of Thorondor. When the Hill Troll kills that, Boromir will defend this attack. And there is a shadow effect. Remove 1 progress token from the current quest. Okay. So that's an attack of 3. Boromir has a defense of 2. Boromir takes damage. There is a shadow card revealed here. So unfortunately, our Descendant of Thorondor leaving play isn't going to damage anyone now. It's a bit of an unlucky pull. Well, it's actually a really unlucky combination because the brown lands was what allowed Chieftain Uthak to engage with us. Because we could have at least got that damage off on him if that hadn't happened. We'll resolve Chieftain Uthak next. We'll ready Boromir. Dial to 38. I'll defend. There's a shadow effect on this too. Shadow. Wild Rider attacks the defending player. That player may declare 1 character as a defender. Deal Wolf Rider its own shadow card. After combat, return it to the top of the combat deck. I can't declare a defender on that. Because I assume this happens immediately. Legolas needs to be standing. Descendant of Thorondor needs to be standing. So, deal this shadow card. And this attack's going through unopposed. And there's a shadow effect here too. Defending player chooses and returns an exhausted ally he controls to his hand. If he controls no exhausted allies, raise threat by 3. Threat goes to 41. Now Chieftain Uthak should have been knelt. But this will go through first. 2 damage. I will assign those to Legolas. He's standing. And he also has more health than Anduin. Then this damage at 3 to 2 goes through on Boromir. And then the Hill Troll attacks. No shadow effect here. The Descendant of Thorondor defends it. At 6 to 1 is killed. We increase our threat by 5. Dial to 46. Action to stand Boromir. And really, I think what I have to do here to not get overwhelmed in the next turn is split these attacks. The action to stand Boromir should have raised it to 47. I believe. So the Wolf Rider has no defense. I can also get the Warg. Oh, sorry, there should have been a resource on the Chieftain. Okay. Yeah, I've got a Boromir on the Warg, killing it. Legolas on the Wolf Rider, killing it. 2 progress on quest. That ends the combat phase, so that shadow card goes. And we're going to refresh. Dial to 48. Resource phase. I'm probably not spending my spirit resource because I need to tick that dial down by 6 next turn. And I'm 1 away from being able to afford Landrevel, which would save Boromir here. All told, a bad situation. So I actually think I need to keep Boromir around. Play Ascendant of Thorondor. Really, there's not much I can do here. There's no one I can defend with that ticks the dial up 2 or less when the Hill Troll attacks. So that's going to be game, but we'll play it out. Aeonal Quest. 4 to 2. 2 on the active location. And no travel. Encounter. Strike with the Hill Troll. Boromir is my best defender. He'll defend. Boromir dies. Dial ticks up. Alright. Perhaps this deck needs a little tweaking, so I'll do that and see you guys next time.